my friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Quick introduction. My name is Kaya Ann. I'm a yoga practitioner, podcaster, flexologist, and I'm just a girl. Anyways, I host my own show called The Perfect Prana Show, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Each week, I have a yoga theme where I talk concepts and I make these asana videos to go along with those concepts. This week, the theme is pulling. I'm very excited for this video because I've been pondering for a long time with how to replace the gym with my yoga practice. And I can't say that I fully have yet because pulling is not something that is really prevalent in a yoga practice. And that's something at the gym that I might get more of, that I just feel like I don't really get into yoga practice as much. So this video, I will be designing a yoga routine that accesses more of those pulling muscles and recreate some of the pulling motions, and where we really just focus in on ways that we can pull. Pulling is a very functional movement that we need for daily living. It's great for our upper body strength, for our posterior chain, our back body. And you never know when you're going to need to carry in all the groceries at once. So you need to be able to pull and have a good grip on all your grocery bags. It's very functional. I think this yoga practice, it might not fully compare to doing pull-ups and to getting some dumbbells and doing some dumbbell rows or doing the lat pull down machine. But again, we'll definitely be focusing in on some of those same muscles that you need to do those motions. Something to note is you create your own resistance. There is no resistance. It's all in your head. You create it by going through the movement, slow and controlled, and by really thinking of the muscles that you want to use in order to complete the movement. I am going to talk about the concept of pulling a little bit more in depth, not just on the physical level, but on the mental level. But before we do that, I am going to go over the items that you will need for this yoga practice. You will need a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, if you have a scarf that is about the length of this, that could stand in place, it could be, just long enough for you to use like you would use a strap, then that works too. You also will need socks. I usually don't wear socks during a yoga practice because it can be too slippery, messes with your foundation, and then also some socks don't allow your toes to move freely how they need to move to really help you to ground the way that you need to do in a yoga practice. So you can keep your socks on throughout the whole practice. But if you don't, I will be giving us the time to put on the socks before we need them. And it might be nice to have a hardwood floor. Maybe it could be done on carpet or rug, but I think a hardwood floor is preferable. If you don't have one, give it a try anyways and let me know how it works out. So my friends that are staying to talk with me about the concept of pulling, here we are. Just to go over the benefits of pulling, again, it's great for building upper body strength, for posture, and for grip strength as well, which there are studies that have shown that grip strength is related to longevity as far as life. Maybe the better your grip strength is, the longer you live. But I'll say learning to do a pull-up was probably one of the most pivotal points in my fitness journey because it showed me all the strength that I have and all the strength that I can have. And it built my confidence up as well. It changed how I look. Like, I don't think I looked as muscular until I started trying to do pull ups. And it was just like, wow, I'm a different person now. Now I don't get to do pull ups as much anymore because I don't go to the gym, but I still try to keep those muscles strong. And if I do see a pull up bar, I do try to do a pull up or two. I can't do as many as I used to be able to do because I haven't been training it. So I am excited to find more ways to incorporate pulling up in my yoga practice. Pulling is not only important physically, but it is important mentally as well. If ever you're going through a hardship or a dark time, you have to use your strength to pull yourself out of a dark place. That takes a lot of strength. Sometimes the mental strength is way more powerful than the physical strength. And then also, it's important to have grip strength on the mental level as well, or the symbolic sense. I'm sure you've heard somebody say, get a grip. And it's kind of like an insult, but what they're really telling you is to take control, grab the reins, have some control over the circumstance or over yourself. And it is very important to have some self control and to know what you have control over, your decisions from day to day, how you're going to react, how you're going to handle situations. Having a good grip on life and is very important and functional. However, there is a such thing as having too much of a grip, mentally and physically. Back to pull ups. There have been times where I've done pull ups and then I get down from the pull up bar and then I have this crook in my neck. My grip was too strong on the pull up bar, which caused the neck strain. Having too strong of a grip, even with a strap, can cause issues with your neck, or it can cause issues with your hands, like carpal tunnel or arthritis or other inflammatory issues. Having too strong of a grip mentally can cause stress and strain that's unnecessary. Having too strong of a grip mentally, to me, is being too resistant to change, not being able to flow with the situation or with life with ease, which is stressful. All that to say is, this is a very important functional movement, and if you don't train it, this might be a weakness. I think every yogi and every person should think about ways that they can pull more often in their yoga practice and maybe even in life. But pulling gracefully, having a strong enough grip to where you're able to sustain and hold on and you have some control, but a light enough grip to where you can let go if you need to and you're not causing any strain anywhere. Without further ado, let's just get on with the video. This practice will start in Shavasana on your back. If you have back issues, feel free to keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Bring your hands by your side, palms facing up. Chin slightly tucked to your chest. Bring attention to your breath. Gradually deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Breathe in once again and exhale to hug your knees into your chest, placing your right hand on your right shin and your left hand on your left shin. Pull your shoulders down from your ears. As you inhale, expand your belly, and as you exhale, pull your knees in just a little closer. Rock back and forth, and then into a seated position. Cross your legs, plant your palms in front of you, lift your tailbone, and come into a tabletop position. Your fingers are spread wide, your knees, hips width distance apart, and press the tops of your feet into the ground. Dynamic thread the needle. Inhale to bring your right hands into the air. Exhale, thread it through while hovering your arm on the ground. Inhale back up. Exhale to thread through. Doing this one more time, but this time resting your right shoulder onto the ground. Turning your heart toward the sky. And then come back to tabletop position to do the other side, following the pace of your breath, doing 3 times total. When you get to the third time, you're resting your arm onto the ground, turning your heart toward the sky, staying connected with your breath, and then reset into tabletop position. Bird dog. Inhale to extend your right arm and your left leg. Exhale to tuck your left knee into your chest, bringing your right arm behind you. Stay with the breath to movement. Inhale to extend, squeezing your left glute. Exhale to tuck. Inhale to extend through your limbs. Stay with your extended limbs or baby dancer. Bind your right hand to your left ankle. Kick your ankle into your hand and squeeze your glute to maybe take it slightly higher. And then come back into tabletop position for the other side. Inhaling with the extension, exhaling for the tuck, squeezing your right glute to take your leg higher. And on the third time, you could stay with your limbs extended or go for the baby dancer, lifting up your chest, and then back into tabletop position. Tuck your toes, take your hips up and back into space for downward facing dog. Heels lifted, your knees bent, and your hips high, or push your heels to the ground. You have 2 options. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, touch your left hand to your right ankle and pull on your ankle. Feel the sensations here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take your other hand to your other ankle. And then inhale back to center and begin to tiptoe to the top of your mat, bringing the weight into your fingertips and ending in a forward fold, letting your upper body be heavy. Feet are directly under your hips. And inhale, start to roll up to standing 1 vertebrae at a time, arms up overhead. Exhale to dive forward, tucking your chin to your chest, rolling down. We'll repeat this 3 more times. Inhale to rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head's the last to come up. And then exhale to roll down. The way that you came up is the way that you go down. Remembering that you create your own resistance. And inhale to expand up, pushing your feet into the ground, bringing your arms up overhead. Then exhale to dive forward, letting your head hang completely at the bottom. Repeating this 1 more time. Inhale to rise up. Then you'll end in the standing position with your arms up overhead. And then exhale to cactus your arms. We'll repeat this 3 more times, staying with the breath to movement, squeezing your shoulder blades together as your arms come down, lifting up your chest. And on the third time, you inhale, arms up, exhale, cactus your arms, balance onto your right foot, lift your left knee. Inhale to extend into a warrior 3, palms facing one another, hips are leveled. Squeeze your left glute to extend your leg behind you and gently place your left leg down. Breathe in while you're in this hip hinge lunge. Exhale to cactus your arms. Repeat this again, keeping your left leg firm. Extended side angle. Plant your left heel on the ground. Inhale to extend your arms. Try to create a nice line from your left ankle to your left wrist. Exhale to cactus. Repeat this 2 more times, trying to keep your chest lifted, turn toward the ceiling. And then inhale into warrior 2 position. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Make sure you can see your right big toe. Think about pulling your feet together, but they won't budge. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips and gaze over your right middle finger. And then inhale to transition into warrior two on the other side. Your right heel is planted. Your shoulders are back and down, gazing over your left middle finger. Then transition into your side angle. Inhale through your nose, exhale to cactus your arms. Repeating this 2 more times, creating your resistance. And then lift your right heel and transition into this hinged lunge facing the back of your mat. Feel free to adjust your stance. Inhale, then exhale, cactus your arms. Repeating that 2 more times. And on the third time, transitioning into warrior three, balancing on your left foot, squeezing your right glute. Inhale through your nose, and exhale, cactus your arms, upright torso. Slowly lower your right foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Balance onto your left leg. Lift your right foot. Then take a big step back behind you. Come into a wide-legged stance, toes slightly turned in. Grab your strap that's nearby. Lightly hold both ends of the strap. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale to lift up your chest, and then exhale to forward fold. Create space between your shoulders and your ears. And you can stay here, or maybe try to take your strap up overhead toward the ground. If you need to widen the grip on your strap to do so, feel free to do that. And just shoulder floss it, taking the strap up overhead and then back toward your hips, keeping your back muscles engaged. Stay connected to your breath. If your head is easily touching the ground, then maybe shorten the stance between your legs just a little bit. Stay with the shoulder flossing, or drop the strap and interlace your fingers together. And then draw your arms as close to the ground as possible. Slightly tuck your chin to your chest. Stay with the breathing. You're holding the strap, place it down, and then grab onto your ankles and pull your ankles to help pull your shoulders away from your ears, keeping your chin slightly tucked, feeling space in the back of your neck. Inhale through your nose and exhale just to pull a little bit more. If you do not have your socks on, now's a good time to do so. You can put them on a normal way, or you can do it how I did it in this wide-legged stance. It's up to you. But once you have your socks on, plant your hands onto the mat and meet me in a high plank position with your feet off the mat. Your fingers should be spread wide, your hands directly underneath your shoulders. When you come into your high plank position, then place the tops of your feet onto the floor. Inhale through your nose, banding your belly, and then exhale, tuck your knees into your chest, tapping your knees into your arms. Inhale back into the plank position, exhale to tuck, repeating this 1 more time. And you can stay with this knee tuck position, or you can keep your legs straight and take your hips high, transitioning into a forward fold. Breathe in to slide into plank, and then exhale into your choice. Go through 1 more rep, slow and controlled. And when you're done, end in the plank position, lower your knees, and take a moment to reset from the little core work that we just did. And then come onto your tailbone, extend your right leg, place your left foot on the inner thigh of your right leg, grab onto your strap, and place the strap around the ball of your foot. Lightly hold both ends of the strap. Inhale through your nose, and then exhale to pull on the strap, forward fold. Move your chest toward your extended foot and bring your shoulders away from your ears. Just a light grip, pulling your chest forward. If you don't need the strap, feel free to rid of it. Just remember to breathe here. Come to an upright torso. And plant your left foot onto the ground and grab onto your left ankle with your right hand and reach your left arm up and over your ear. Maybe bind your left hand to your right foot or place a strap there, or just do a simple reach. There doesn't have to be a bind. Just turn your heart upward and breathe into the side body stretch. And then unwind from this position and switch legs, extending your left leg, placing your right foot on the inner thigh. You can grab a hold of your strap, light grip on both ends, and pull your heart forward. You can use the strap or drop the strap, it's up to you. Just making sure to keep a light grip and your shoulders away from your ears. Slightly tuck your chin to your chest. Really ground through both sit bones. And breathe in. And as you exhale, moving your chest forward just a little bit more toward your extended foot. And then we will leave this position and transition into our side body stretch. Grab onto your right ankle with your left hand and reach your right arm up and over your ear. Go for the bind or go for the strap or just a simple reach and turn your heart upward. Breathe into your side body. Stay connected to your breath. Just pull both shoulders away from your ears, releasing whatever unnecessary tension there is. You'll come out of this position facing the front of your mat, hugging both knees into your chest. Your right hand on your right shin, your left hand on your left shin. Inhale through your nose, and then exhale, start to sink your low back to the ground. And then your full back to the ground, keeping your knees hugged in. One more inhale. And then exhale to extend your limbs out for our final resting position. Let your hands come by your side, palms facing up. Your feet falling however they fall, finding a comfortable position, making whatever adjustments you need to now. And just rest here and let each thought, urge, distraction, disturbance pass you with each breath. Stay with your Shavasana for as long as you need to. If you would like to, go ahead and pause the video and just stay here. And come up from your Shavasana when you are ready. Thank you all so much for trusting me with your practice. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.